Come on, please, please. Thank you. Oh, just a COD. Anyway, welcome back to Firelight Fables, a modded Minecraft server with two of my friends. In the last episode, we worked on this dock, and the spawning ground is over there. I really like how the fishing hut turned out. It blends in really nicely with the surrounding area, but it still has its unique qualities that provides a really great contrast. As for the spawning ground area that we worked on, yeah, the tree is, still something I'm not a fan of. There's just something off about it that, especially with the leaves right here, it just. Instead of looking at that, I'm going to work on something else a little bit farther away. That way I don't have to deal with it. Granted, I'll still have to look at it, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so right here where this farm is, that I had all the way back in episode 1, is where I want to work on today. I want to make it a little marketplace to centralize this area and just connect all the places a little bit together more. It'll be where the fisherman sells his fish, the farmer to sell his produce, and also the animal products from the barn. Oh, and then also for the mine. It'll just bring everything all together really nicely. I just want really little cute stalls, and I think they'll look really great together. Please let me sleep. Just please let me sleep. I've been here for too long. As of right now, the first thing I want to do is get rid of those crops that are there. They've been useful. They've been really useful to like get bone meal and all that other stuff. But as of right now, it is not needed anymore, so it can go. Oh, and back to the stall stuff. I could make a couple empty stalls. One that doesn't have product or are about to have product, like they haven't been fully stocked yet. And they could be for me, Mac, and Sil. That way there's at least a little bit more interaction between the three of us, even if it's just this. I'm right in the middle between Sil and Macca, so having this space here be a great connection point, I think will be really great and very useful. And another thing that I want to do to give it a little bit more space in this area is to push it back a little bit. And then alongside over here too, just push it back a little bit more so it's a little bit extra open, just so it's not as cramped and tiny and squished. It's not much, but I think this is roughly what I want the shape of it to be. I don't want the marketplace to be incredibly giant. I want it to be kind of cozy and quaint. It's just gonna have a couple little stalls, and I think I might even push it out a little bit more. So this will be the main area, and then over there we'll have some scattered stalls. If I were to think, I want to put a little fountain in the middle because a fountain is amazing. It just brings everything together, and it could be where people get their water in the village, and being in the center of a market just feels right. I was thinking of having it be around here, that or this bigger area, which I'm now more leaning towards, and maybe making it a bigger fountain because of the larger area, so it's not like a tiny little 4x4 well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it over here. So I want this fountain to be, actually maybe I should push it out a little bit more. So roughly about this side, and it needs to be one more down. Okay, now this is good. I think this is a good near center spot. Oh, and then I have a little idea. I could make some raw gold blocks, and put them at the bottom of the fountain. That could mimic like people tossing coins into the fountain to make little wishes. I think that will look really great. But the thing is, I don't have any more raw gold because I ended up using it on these fireflies here with the little framed blocks. At night, it's not the same with the torches in the background, but if we look at it from this angle, it creates this nice little light, especially on the water itself. It creates this really great focal point. But because of it, we don't have any more raw gold to use for the fountain. Anyway, I want to use deep slate bricks for the fountain itself. Because one, I think it'll look really good, and two, it'll provide really great contrast because I'm planning for the marketplace itself to be more of a lighter coloration, so like think oak wood and just lighter colors. As of right now, this fountain is looking really kind of industrial right now compared to the rural areas around it, but I have a plan for it and it's part of my intentions. I'm going to use this fountain as a way to connect my current builds that I've already done, the barn, the mine, etc., and my future builds that I'm planning on doing, which will have a little bit more of a medieval city style, which is why this looks a little bit more industrial. To add a couple extra details, I want to put a ladder in here, and just in case I also fell in, there's another way out rather than just climbing up water. Oh, also, I think I'm going to need to raise this floor up when it's a little too deep. But I don't like the look of this basic ladder. It just doesn't mesh well with what I want for this fountain. It just doesn't match well enough. So instead, I think I'm going to finally get into the chipped mod. I haven't done the chip mod stuff yet. I've done the frame blocks. Technically, I experienced the magic mod. I haven't done the magic mod. I've done the fish mod. I've done the, I lost a carrot. I've done agriculture mod that we have on here. I just haven't done any of the chip mod stuff yet. So what do I need to use to get the ladders? I need the carpenter's workbench. All right, that should be enough. I should just fill recipe and boom, there we go. I don't have an exact area where I want to put this, so instead, I think for right now, I'm just going to put it next to the mine or somewhere in that area. Maybe out here so it's easier to access. Like, yeah, there. That's good. Whoa. That, yeah, this is, what? This is not something I expect. I'm not used to this layout. I'm not used to this layout at all. Oh my gosh. What I want is, I think maybe the metal ladders. So I'm just gonna craft that. One there. Oh, no. No, that is too bright. I don't like that, no. I need something a little bit more blendy, kind of. Not as bright. Okay, back over there. I should have put it just closer over here for now and then just put it back over there later, but I'm gonna be running forever. Let's try the roped plank ladder. Maybe that'll work. Oh, so far. So far. All right, put one there. It's still really bright. I don't like how bright it is. And back over I go. Don't think there's any that are actually dark ladders. There's nothing else, right? There's no modded ladders that we have. Ah, I forgot framed ladders exist. I shall default to that instead. What block should I put in it, though? Maybe just an iron block? That way, even if I mess up, I could just turn it back into regular iron. Not after that, I think maybe tough and use another chip mod to make the tough look smoother just so I can get the color, not the texture type thing. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I think I'm gonna go with that. It is bright, it is white, but I think the 3D-ness of the framed ladder, it'll make it look a lot better. As for where the water comes out, I'm thinking just maybe I do a waterlogged slab. That might make it look good. If I can get it down on all 4 directions instead of just 2, that'd be nice. And then put the waterlogged slab in it. I don't know if that'll work, but it'll create a little bit more extra dimension that way. And then I also need to raise this floor. Oh, and I got another idea. If I use, maybe, I'll have to check over on the water itself, but if I use a framed carpet and then put leaves in it, will it be floating and I don't have to make it a full waterlogged block? Let's see. Do I have any in my inventory or my chests? I can try change this into the floorboard version. Okay, let's try it. I have leaves in my inventory, so I don't need to grab any more. All right, please. No. Wait. Oh, yes. Yes, I can. I just have to place it off side of a block. Oh, yes. Okay, so I can do that there, and it won't take up the entire space. It'll just be coasting on top. That'll be perfect. Yeah, so I could just put, like, one there, and then do it for the rest. Oh, yes, that's gonna be amazing. Alright, I completely forgot what I was gonna do, so I'm just gonna go get gold. I lifted up the thing, I did the iron, oh, yeah, the fence stuff, the putting in the stairs. So, yeah, that can be held off for now. I want to get some gold. I didn't get much. I only got 24 raw gold, but I did get 2 diamonds, a dusk emerald, and an opal, so it's not that bad. I think I might have 25 raw gold altogether, like 1 in my chest, and then 24 in my inventory. So I don't think that's going to be enough, because I think I have 5 blocks that I'm going to need. Yeah, let me see. Oh no, I have 3. Okay, that makes it better. Makes it to just 3 blocks. I still need 2 more. But if I go over and place it... Yeah, I think it'll look nice for a little representation of the gold spots. Though, now that I have some deep slate in my inventory, just regular cobbled deep slate, what if I texture this up, like kind of give it an illusion of that there's a crack? Like there's damage over time in here, especially with the just being in the water. It'd be better, it's not the same as cracked bricks, but I really like how muffled this texture is in comparison to the more clean regular brick texture. So I think that'll look extra nice. All right, I still need to get 2 more raw gold. I'm gonna go to Sil's mine actually and try to see if I can get any gold from there because I don't have really any. There was a couple caves that I found from the main section, but there wasn't much. And there was this one section where I died to a necromancer before in Sil's cave that was really vast, and I don't think anyone explored it yet. So hopefully I can take some gold from there. All right, so the area was over here, and then if you go down over the slope over there, it was the section. Ooh, and an empty pot. I'm going to take that. So it was down here, I think. No. No, please don't notice me. Please. No, 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 no. Okay, no, 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 no. Why? Every time. Every time. What? No, no, no. Oh my gosh. No. 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 Why you? No. Just, no. Okay, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. No. There goes my 30 levels. I tried so hard. But I just, no. Oh, and it's gonna be night soon anyway. Every time. The necromancer has just that guy every time. I still want to get silk touch, so I'm gonna have to like fish for a while to build up the levels again, but oh my gosh. Hopefully I don't have another death loop. I'm still so surprised that I got 20 deaths last episode. Alright, let's try this again. Please. Please no. Please no. Okay, the summons are here. But is the necromancer... the necromancer itself still here. Please no. Sir. Sir. No, that's not you. Okay, there's you. It's all you, but... What? Necromancer. Nope. No, 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 nope. Can't exactly charge down there and get it. Gonna die and just get another death loop that way. Okay, screw it. I'm charging down. Okay, that was a mistake. Well, oh. Okay. Well, that's... Hi. That's new. So if I end up having my spawn point be in the fishing hut, it doesn't count. It doesn't count as actual spawn. Oh, that's bizarre. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave that grave there for now. I don't want to tackle another necromancer. Not again. So I'm gonna leave that be and head back, and with the limited materials that I have in my inventory, and well, I have none in my inventory right now, but in my chests and stuff, figure out what I want to do for the rest of the marketplace. Okay, I got some items. I don't want to craft more tools, like another set of tools, so I'm going to use items that I don't have to, like, break. So, going to put this slab up there. Yeah, that's a decent height. It might be actually just good to close it in more, actually. That also would save me from going to mine all that raw gold, so I could just grab that stuff and leave. And yeah, so I'll probably bring it in so it's a lot smaller, and then on top of that, I'll put, like, the little pots and fill it with various little plants. And I also want to mark out where I want my stalls to go. So I think I want one stall here, then another here. I want more stalls in this area, and then a couple over here. So then another, like, roughly here. Maybe one here, and then maybe one here. One here. Guess if I put one here... And then, no, that doesn't look as good. Okay, so scratch that one. I can't break it exactly. So I guess this area will be the marketplace instead of there. No, I think this is good. I think that'll be a good amount. Just fill out the area a bit, and I'm going to texture all this ground with, I don't know, some coarse dirt and regular dirt, just to make it feel a little bit extra more walked on. Maybe mix a little packed mud in there. I think that'll look good. Wait, I didn't have... oh no, I had the rod on me, didn't I? I had the rod on me, no. Okay, so that rod that I used to fish that fish at the very beginning of this episode, had Curse of Vanishing on it. It was great. It was perfect. It had Lure 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Mending, Unbreaking. It was the perfect rod, just with that one curse. I'm also going to go back to my stuff. But it had everything, except that one thing. And I was like, in the last episode, oh, I'm never going to die with it. I need to make sure that I'm not going to die with this. In my inventory, I'll just keep it in the chest somewhere. And look at what I do. I go do something, forget that I have it in my inventory, and just, oh, that sucks. Okay, I'm gonna have to find a new good rod. That's sad. Alright, take 2 and trying to get my grave. Let's hopefully that little just placing of stuff was enough to get the necromancer to despawn. My grave's now, not my grave, but my spawn point's now in a better location, so I don't get just chucked back into our on top of all of it. Okay, 2, 3 different trolls. No. Okay. At least no necromancer. At least no necromancer. I can live with that. I can't live with that if I do miss jumping into the water, though. Oh, okay. And just need to put that away. Put this on my back. And then put this into my hopper. And then we should be good. Yep, okay, Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That actually terrified me. Oh, my heart's racing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Am I alive? I'm alive. 7 levels. Great, but I'm alive. Alright, now that we have my stuff, though, we can head back and I can decrease the size of that fountain a bit and just overall tweak everything and see how it turns out. Now I can get rid of this block and bring that back down to size. Oh, my inventory is full though. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of that first. All right, as I brought it in, this is gonna be so small, but put maybe 2 gold here. Don't think there's anything else really that you need to add to a fountain. It's pretty simple to make just a little simple fountain. Next, I want to make one of the stalls, or actually no. I'll do the floor. Let me go get the materials. But I want coursed dirt, I want regular dirt, and then basically I want exactly the same how I had it the inside of the mine. In the mine, this section I used, and rooted dirt. Okay, that's the extra thing that I need. I knew I was missing something. But in the mine section where the miners have a lot of foot traffic, I put down the rooted dirt, coarse dirt, and regular dirt just to give it an extra texture here. So I'll do that over by the mine, not the mine area, the market. They both start with an M. I want it to basically surround the fountain. I want it to just come out of this area and kind of touch each of the stalls. So let me make a rough outline of that. I want it to be kind of circular, but basically fully organic. All right, and then if I'm in free cam, that corner's too sharp, so I need to soften that out, and then I can bring this down a little bit so it's not as flat. And I think that's a good shape. And then I want to, of course, I'm going to gradient it out, so I'm going to put in a couple extra dots and stuff. And then I'm going to gradient it out and just soften it a little bit, so it's not just in that one area. Once it's all textured, then I'll start on the stalls. I think the first stall that I want to work on is the fisherman. I think I want it to be either this one or that one, so it's right next to the guy's place. Yeah, so I think fish market here, because that would be an easier path to get here. And then maybe back here I could put, if I have extra barrels, I can make it more like a little fish alleyway. Like he keeps on bringing barrels over and over and just slowly transfers them. This one then will become the farm produce. And this one probably maybe animal produce or mine produce. I think I want the barn and the farm to be next to each other, so maybe not there. Maybe here and here, because these are relatively close. So I could do animal produce, barn produce. Oh, other way around. Barn produce, animal produce. Then here be mine produce. And then have this one be sills and that one be Maccas. Okay, and then I guess I need one for me. I don't have one. that's the case. Okay. Well, I'll just use this brick and put it somewhere. Yeah, that'll work. If mine's there, Macca's is here, Sil's is there, and then it's mixed in, I think that'll be good. And then it'll also, because ours would be empty right now, it'd also just give a little extra diversity that I think would look really good. Anyway, I finished up the texturing. It looks fine. It looks good enough. Part of it is just going to be covered up by like part of the stalls and whatever products are going to be in here. So it's not going to be just all open and flat and plain. There's actually going to be more detail to it. But as of right now, it's fine as it is. But I like it. I like it. So now I need to get the ingredients for the fish stall. Yes, ingredients. That is the word for it. So I want to use oak for this. No. You know what? I just got an idea. I should match the aesthetics of each of these. So this one could have like the more outside, maybe dark oak a little bit. For the barn one. For the mine, I could do basically what the river has. So the packed mud, granite, terracotta type look to it. This one, for the little fishing hut, could be deep slate, and then the terracotta maybe, or spruce. Just something to make it feel unique for every single little stall instead of just repeating the same pattern over and over again. So the fishing stall is going to be here. I want it to be, I think, from like here to here. And just bring it back to about here. A little bit of a boxy shape to it, but otherwise I think it would be good. Then in the middle section here for the stall bit, I'm going to put the bricks and then maybe bring out it back one, but leave these open. Grab the framed fences, build it up here. And then what I want to do is I want to mimic this one with a little slope that the fishing hut has. So this one has a more sharp curve down. So I want to keep that little angle on the fishing stall too. But that would be the height for this one. I think that would look really good. And then in front of this section here, I'll put frame slab edges just to curve it in a little bit more and give it a little more dimension like we have on the sides there. Yeah, and then add some extra decorations. But I think that would be good for a stall. Oh, and then maybe on the sides here, while the back will still be open, we'll have all the products and produce. I could put two fence gates. So if I put this here, and then repeat that here and here, how does that look? Looks fine, but I feel like it needs to continue a little bit back more. So if I have those frame slab edge corners, like it's a half a slab, it's like a quarter of a slab, that might work. All right, that is it for the fishing hut stall. That is basically the roof done. And for the shape itself, it's not that bad. It matches really nicely with the actual fishing hut while keeping it a little bit extra simple. Now what I want, maybe right here, is just something to give it a little bit extra detail. Yeah, I'll make a little item frame and put like a fish in it. I think the brown trout would be the best. So I've put a brown trout in an item frame. It could be extra emphasis that this is for fish. Cute. Yeah, that's cute. Then I'll put like a flower pot. I'll need to make another flower pot. And I should probably use some decorations from the fishing hut itself. So what decorations do we have to use? Like what did I use in here? Pine. Ooh, azalea. Yeah, I could use a flowering azalea. But I could use the Farmer's Delight rope as well to make little fishing nets and where they hang like and dry the fish for sale and like display it. I think that would look really good. With that extra little dangling rope, I think it adds so much little detail to it that it needs. Now, the little azalea thingy. I think right here would be good. Yeah, that is great. And behind here and stuff, I'll put the barrels of fish and alongside it too with a couple extra decorations. And then I'll be the stall done. And now I just need to, oh yeah, I forgot my good rod's all gone. But what fishing rod do I have to use? I think that lure 2 is the only good one that I have. Ooh, mending and lure 2. That's actually better. I'm gonna be here for a while. Okay. I was AFK for maybe 5 minutes. Wasn't even recording, just trying to fish. And great. Of course it had to be phantoms. I was getting all the fish for the decorations for the little stall, and then I went away for a little bit, and then bleh. Oh my gosh, there's 4. There was 4. 4? Really? Well, they're dead now. That's good. I ended up getting to 23 levels. I combined 2 fishing rods to get lure 3, but I don't think I'm gonna use the time out of this episode anymore to get more levels, so now I think if we go over to the fish chest, I can grab some of the vanilla fish and make them into little crates to place around the little fish hut to decorate. Feels like it's still missing something, like right around here. Ooh, you know what? What if I get a cutting board from the Farmer's Delight mod and put it there so it could be like the chopping board for cutting up all the fish? Okay, so with the cutting board, if I put that there, how does that look? Ooh, actually, I think this ties it in really, really well. I think it brings it all together a little bit more and adds a little bit more detail to the counters. I think this is good for the fishing hut. Not fishing hut, but fishing stall. Maybe actually in here I put some mud just to like give it a little bit extra dimension and make it feel a little wet, so either fresh shipments of fish came in and kind of dampen the ground, or just in general the fish juices get everywhere. Yeah, it looks good with the mud. Now, just to get them out of the way, I think I'm going to work on our basic stalls. The one that I'm making for Sil, me, and Macca. That one's Macca's, that one's mine, and I think I'm just going to do a classic stall, so like a cloth roof with like the classic stripes. Just not something too distinct, because I want to make the tie obvious to the actual buildings that the main produce are from, and the empty ones don't have that personality. Instead, it's more blank, just to give it a more of a distinction. I'm gonna repeat the look of the original fishing one across all the others, so it all looks relatively samey. Besides the roof, which depending on the actual area and the stall, will depend on the actual spot. So the barn and the starter house will have the same shape of roof, roughly that curved shape, and then the mine will have like its own thing. For the empty stalls, I think I'm just gonna have it mimic the fishing hut style of roof. And I think I'm going to get started on mine. On the corners, I think I'm gonna use this oak wood and then use the same spruce as the little pillars to hold up the roof, like I did on the fishing hut. That way there's at least a little bit more cohesion between everything. But as for the center bit, like where we have the stone bricks, I'm not exactly sure what I want. Maybe spruce planks? No, that looks a little too plain, especially with the pillars. I want to have a little bit of uniqueness to it, not just like a simple stall. Maybe polished granite? No. This is weird. No. Maybe applewood? Not sure. If it doesn't work out with applewood, I'll just stick with the default of the spruce, but it is a little bit basic. I just put them down like this. You know what? That works. Fred's decent contrast. I'll put one here and one here, and that way we don't have to do something simple like with just spruce instead. Then as for decorations, I think just barrels, regular barrels. Maybe a satchel or two, just something to make it feel like it's going to be stocked later, but currently isn't stocked right now. I ended up getting all the materials that I need to decorate this. Since this one's mine, I want to use a color that's very common in my skin of being purple. Make the little stripes down the line here that color. Then for the main part, I didn't want to use white because it is a little bit too bright. And instead just use light gray just to give it that kind of darkened color. Because everything around here besides the pufferfish is really more neutral, more natural tone, and the white is just a little bit too bright, especially in contrast with the purple, which is already extremely bright. Oh, you know what? For this one, for these ones here that are used with wool, I'll just bring this all the way across. That way it's a little bit more of an overhang. Put this in the middle and fill in those two sides. That purple is really bright. I'll get back to this in a minute. I think instead right now I'm going to decorate this section. I'm gonna put in some books to make it seem like they're planning. There's the books on what they're going to do in this section, either getting their inventory or stuff like that. Then a couple barrels. How? How is there spruce slabs in the barrels? I didn't put any slabs in the barrel. What? And that fills up this area, but I feel like it needs a little bit extra. Just a little bit of greenery, and still don't like the roof. But if I grab some oak leaves, I could put a little bit around just to give it a little bit extra color. But I don't want it to wrap. I want it just to be the occasional little bit of greenery. And then I'll also add just some here to be like little bushes or something, just to give it a little bit extra busyness. I think it's fine for now. I'll leave it as is and then come back to this later. Maybe if I find a better replacement block, I'll just put it in there instead. But for now, I think that's good for mine. Next, I'm just going to repeat the same with Maccas and sills, and I'll put a different wool color, and if I don't have a good wool color that I think matches with them, I'll just put in white and then replace it later. But it's pretty simple. I just have to repeat the same exact thing over the other two and just copy the design. So I'll get to that. I finished the stalls for Mac and Sill, just copying over my stalls design, and I think it turned out really well. I added a decent bit of clutter with like leaves, barrels, and like the satchels. As for the color that I'd put on top of the roof of the market stall, I don't have an idea for what it should be yet, so right now I'm leaving it as white. If an idea comes in my mind, I am going to put it there. For both stalls, I added a little something special. Besides all like the clutter around it, I added a little trait to make it unique for each person. For Macca's, I added this cherry wine, which in the last episode they drank cherry wine and just ran around like a little ghost. And then for Sills, I put black tea because they gave me this tea before, and also just their general feeling of their base is very cozy like tea. Next, I think I'm going to work on the mine little stall, but before I end up doing that, I think I want to begin to light up this area, at least just a little bit. So I'm going to put some of the lanterns down that I have, like how I have it on the dock. This is roughly what I want the lanterns to be, like curving around the marketplace and all pointing inwards. So it kind of just creates this nice little circle. I think I want to put 2 more lanterns down just to create an entrance of sorts. Firstly, I want to move this one lantern inward a bit to point more towards the fountain like the other ones. And then I want to put 2 next to Macca and my stall, just to create like a little entrance tunnel type area. Not like a tunnel exactly, but like a more designated pathway, which I think would look really, really good. And also just make the flow of traffic be more visible of how everyone goes in and out of these places. Now for the mine stall, I think I'm going to mimic the little scaffolding that I have at the mine. That way it keeps it still unique feeling. And then I could maybe put like some stones on it, like how I have it on the outside ones. And then can't get silk touch anymore. I'll just make a block of coal or blocks of various ores and put on top. I want it to be roughly the same size as all the other stalls, so I'm not going to make it too big. And I'm going to cut back to when it is completed. And boom, it's done. I think it turned out really well. It really just gives off like it's a mining rack that just was brought over. It has a good amount of stones scattered about, and I like the little desk in front to show maybe its order logs. Now, the next thing that I want to do is work on, I think, the barn. And I want to keep that curved slope type thing of the roof. So if I just repeat that, it will look something like this. Though I do think it's a little bit sharp right now. So if I thicken out the edges. Oh, and then I should get some dark oak to mimic the like little wet splotches on top, just to add a little bit more texture to the roof itself. I think that would be good. All right, got some dark oak. Time to complete the roof. And then afterwards I'll put all the decorations of like the crop stuff, not the crop stuff, but like the animal products. Oh, skeleton. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice my health was that low. Okay. Oh well. Well, now that is all done, and this skeleton in the well is dead, I can finish the roof of the barn again. So all I need to do is just plop these dark oak in and then start decorating. I think I want to use wool, like just some wool blocks, then some egg crates, and I don't know what to use for representation for the cows, but I'll think on it. And then I'm gonna put a bar along the side, just like everything else, to match, so it has at least a shelf to put products on. And then a couple buttons to match with how it is on the actual building. And then as for decorations, I think I'm gonna just go with books like normal. I think that's good. Yeah, then I also want to create a little extra detail on the floor and put in some hay bales and a mix of oat bales, just to give it a little bit extra texture back there instead of it just being empty. I think that will look really good. And then it's missing something here. Maybe like a milk bucket. Like I could put an item frame, and like how I have it for the fish, I could just put a milk bucket in there instead to represent the cows. Then I also need to grab the crates for the eggs. I went and got the egg crates, and I could just plop them here. And I also crafted the item frame. So item frame and milk bucket. There we go. It's missing something though, something in the back. So maybe like some barrels. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now all it needs is just to bring in some extra greenery, put some leaves down to kind of frame it a little bit more and kind of set more of a focal point while also blending it in with the rest of the more naturey bits. Oh, and then I want to put a sack there. I think that's it for the barn stall. I think all we have to do now is just finish it off with the, the farm stall. And I think I just want to repeat the roof pattern for it, so keep the same shape as I build it, and just instead change it up with a different decorations around different crates. With these little details, I think it works really, really well. I grabbed some of the crates and whatever I got as a gift from Sil a while ago to decorate around here, because I have so many, I still use so much of it. And as I decorate it, it really is just coming together really nicely. It just feels really great and green, and I feel like this one is going to be one of the more stocked ones, so it's going to have it even overflowing in the front. But yeah, now just add the classic books on top, like all the others, and yeah, that's it. Oh, and also just like I have the milk bucket, I want to add a little onion. I think that'll be good. Very farmy, very farm looking. Now for the final touch, I want to add a little red tulip like we have on the little pigs for the barn section, just to tie it all together a little bit. I don't have any red tulips, and I don't know where the nearest flower forest is, so I have to go and get that. Wait, where is my... I don't think I have it. I don't have a... what is it called? I don't have the biome compass thing. Huh, guess I lost it somewhere. Oh well, that just means I have to craft it again. Alright, now that it's crafted, select the flower forest. And, oh, that's actually pretty close by. I didn't expect to not have to travel that far. That's really, really close. I think it's just over that hill. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my horse and ride over there. Away! Can't believe I'm just padding out time just to get a single red tulip. Like, I don't need to get this, but I feel like I need to get this, if you know what I mean. Like, it won't be complete without this red tulip. Okay, just over the hill. What? What? No. Why is there a skeleton horse here? What? Why? Please don't be activated. Or please be activated. Please just not spawn a bunch of skeletons. Please. Oh, yes. Okay, you're coming with me. You shall be added to the collection. You shall be mine and join the hoard. Okay, you will like this place. This is your new home with your new brethren. There you go. And alright, time to walk my entire way back. I should have brought my horse with me. And away! Again! For the second time. Oop, actually, it's sunset. I should probably sleep before any mobs spawn. Okay, now for real this time. Away! Oop, got stuck. Away! Alright, it literally should just be right over this hill. I don't think that... Oh, wait. Is that another skeleton horse? Yeah, oh my gosh. And I don't have a lead on me. Okay, I need to go and quickly go grab a lead. Maybe an extra one just in case. But I need to add that to the collection. Okay, I got 2 leads from... And time to lead this guy up. Alright, there you go. Wait. On the hill. That's just a regular horse, right? That's not a... And... No, that is another skeleton horse. Huh. Is there another one? Is there another one around here? Is there more? This is... Okay, there's the flower horse over there, but... Huh. That is bizarre. 2 skeleton horses. Wow, I'm not complaining. More to the collection. But wow. Okay, glad I got those 2 leads then. Time to head back and do this all over again and walk all the way back all over again. Alright, there you guys go. Now there's a total of 6 of you. I am creating an army right now. This is my little skeleton horse army. Anyway, time to get all the way back and once again get that flower. This has been a real long detour. A worth it detour, but a detour nonetheless. Okay, now hopefully, for the last time, away! The flower forest is right there. Oh, and the red tulips too. I'll just grab one and leave. Oh, dragon. I should be very careful if that village has evidence of a dragon being there, not to get attacked. Okay, just gonna grab one and head out. Just one and out, one and out. Alright, well, that was very fruitful. Now all I need to do is just head back, craft a flower pot, and then place it down, and then that should be it. I ended up crafting the flower pot, and I also made some more spruce fences and lanterns because I still need to light up the other half of the marketplace. Okay, with the flower pot down, yeah, there we go. That is really nice and ties more of the traits of the barn to the actual build. Now, just need to make the little lanterns. All the lights are down. I think it's missing something, so I'm gonna decorate this a little bit more, just to add a little bit extra detail to it. Then I think we'll be done. I ended up decorating a decent amount. Not much from what you can see here, but I added all these pink petals, a little bit of stones, just to give the ground some texture. Then we have these little mini cubes using the framed blocks, and I thought that they could be little balls that the children have left to play, so it creates a little bit more dimension into the world. And I feel like the glazed terracotta gives a great playful feeling to it. But I think that's the marketplace. It really wasn't that big of a build, but I didn't have that much time to do it. I think it turned out really good and really quaint, and I feel like it didn't disappoint me like the tree leaves did. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make. I hope you guys consider liking and subscribing. It really, really helps out a ton. Anyway, bye-bye.